If you're currently in a rut this summer and want to get back on track for back to school, like actually be emotionally, mentally, physically prepared for your first day of school, please keep watching and take notes. The first thing that I would do and that I did to get out of a rut and start kind of getting back on track for back to school, because it's not that you have to like completely be in like productive mode for back to school, but it can be nice to have like just a gradual escalation into I'm ready to learn again, rather than, you know, going cold turkey on your first day of school. The first thing I do is write down your priorities ahead of time. What I mean by priorities is if you have to make a decision in your schedule that pretty much boils down between choosing like studying over your friends, what are you going to choose, right? I think it's really important to predefine what you actually want to prioritize before the school year even starts, because you will make yourself miserable if you do not set these priorities ahead of time. My priorities are faith, family, friends, work, and then ministry. Because my faith is number one for me, Sundays I have as my day off. So this school year I won't be doing homework on Sundays. If you catch me doing schoolwork on Sundays, please slap me. I'm literally just kidding. But at the same time, setting these priorities ahead of time is just so important because it is going to affect the way you go about this school year. For me, I actually did a reflection on this that I totally recommend you guys do. So I asked, why is faith more important than family? I asked, why is family more important than friends? Why is friends more important than work? Why is work more important than ministry? Really just journal down why you chose to have the specific priority hierarchy you did. I don't know, I know this sounds like so sappy and maybe like emotional, but this is going to set you up for the school year, because a lot of the times if you're living a life that doesn't align with your core priorities and what you want in your heart, you're gonna feel quite miserable. Just reflect on last school year. Did you feel stressed, anxious? Like, was it low-key traumatizing? Like, when you think about last school year, do you reflect on it happily or is it traumatizing? Because if it's traumatizing, it's probably because there was a misalignment in priorities, because that's what I did. This next step is going to be a game changer for you, okay? So just please listen up. Start self-studying before school even starts. So when I mean by self-study, I'm not saying like get ahead on your courses. I actually don't really agree with that philosophy. Let's say you're taking AP US History. I'm not telling you to go read the whole textbook before school starts. What I mean by self-study is self-study what you yourself are genuinely interested in learning. The reason why I say this is because if you start learning about something you're genuinely interested in this summer, you'll actually stick with this study plan. It's so important that you find a study plan you'll actually stick with, because as you start to study maybe a couple of hours per day during the summer, something you enjoy, it's gonna help you strengthen your focus. So I was watching a video kind of like work capacity, right? Like some people work like 14 hours a day and like how, right? But the more we work, it's kind of like time under tension, right? If you want to build muscles. I'm not saying you should go study for 14 hours, but if people are not studying at all in the summer and then they go to their first day of school, get a ton of homework, that's going to feel like a heavy lift. And I know you guys want to be ready and you don't want it to feel like a heavy, anxious lift. It can be really hard to stay accountable to your self-study plan, so I highly recommend having a supportive community around you. That is literally so important. For me, what I like to do is I like to schedule a deep work call. So on my Google Calendar, I'll like do like a 2-hour block. I'll add a Zoom meeting to it and I'll invite one of my friends and we'll literally just study together. It's such a good way to stay accountable because someone else is depending on you to show up to a certain event at a certain time. I do this a lot with my high performance student coaching team members and also some of the students occasionally. Just like before you go into the school year, make sure that you have a supportive community around you that supports your goals. And I know that can be kind of hard to find in high school. So I highly recommend, if you guys are interested in finding a community like this, check out highperformancestudent.info. I run a 6-week coaching program with high school girls that are committed to defining their life purpose and excelling in that purpose while they're in high school by developing high performance time management skills. So all these girls, they met through my program, and let me just tell you, if you're struggling to find like-minded people in your circle right now, you will find like-minded people. Just let me do the work and connect you with the most driven high school girls literally on the globe. I'm just so proud of my students. A ton of them have genuinely built real relationships with people that they still do deep work with even after the program. So visit highperformancestudent.info if you want to be in a community like this. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what my deep work sessions look like. So yesterday I had one to record a podcast and I invited my intern for the high performance student coaching program at NISA, some of my friends, other team members for the program as well. I just hop onto the Zoom. Hello. And then I put my earbuds in. These are the Sony Link Buds S. They are literally amazing. I've been using Sony for my earbuds for a couple of years now and I accidentally lost my Sony earbuds, but Sony Electronics literally came in clutch. Thank you so much to Sony Electronics for sponsoring this video. I was already so excited when they reached out because I genuinely use their products. My brother is obsessed with their headphones. He's always wearing them. So I'll put these in on the noise canceling feature. It's amazing. The Link Buds S have a 6-hour battery life with noise canceling, and this is just super helpful because sometimes I'll work in a cafe when I'm on a deep work call, and then I'll put on a real-time study with me because I really like hearing the sound of people people typing. So this is what I'll play while I'm doing my deep work session. It's literally so relaxing. I'll just have these playing in my headphones. But yeah, it's super cool. These LinkBuds S, they have always on smart features, so they will adjust to whatever environment you're in. They can even pick up on if you're having a conversation with someone, and they'll adjust the settings, which is just super cool. They retail for the price of $199.99. The Sony LinkBuds S is actually on sale through September 11th for $149.99, so you get $50 off, which is honestly amazing because headphones nowadays are literally so expensive, and I would say that these headphones are like very fair for the price. I've bought a lot of different headphones in the past, and the sound quality is amazing on these. I'm not kidding. I've been using them like every single day because they're just super light. These are the world's smallest and lightest high-res noise canceling truly wireless earbuds. So I've been talking to you guys a lot about self-learning, and the reason why I'm talking about this so much is that it's genuinely so helpful for getting back into a routine, a studying routine, especially for back to school. And I want to recommend some YouTube channels, YouTube videos, podcasts I've been listening to recently, because I would not underestimate how much you can learn through videos and podcasts. I've been loving Anna Lenks. She does a lot of like language learning videos. Elizabeth Chu, she's my friend. I love her so much. And Johnny Harris, I've learned so much from him. For podcasts, I really like the Grow Leader podcast, the Personal Finance podcast, and the Ed Milet show. That will always be just a favorite of mine. On a more tactical note, what's been helping me with my morning and night routine is waking up at a relatively similar time every day. Like I'm really trying for 7 a.m. recently, and then making sure I don't drink any coffee because I traveled to Europe this summer, and when I traveled to Europe, I got in the cycle of drinking coffee at like 2 p.m., going to cafes all the time, and it seriously has affected my sleep, and I kind of carried that on when I came back to the US. So now I've just really eliminated coffee from my schedule, and I'm feeling a little bit fatigued right now because of that, but I know it's worth it. Your sleep is genuinely so affected by caffeine. Like literally just search up studies about it. It's for real. And I feel like I can't just say, oh, self-study, find your passion for learning again, without showing you guys what I'm learning. And I actually have a Notion template down below that you guys can use to form your own custom like self-study plan. But what I've been studying recently is primarily Spanish and Mandarin. I'm actually really into language learning, and I never really knew that about myself. What I do is I'll watch Netflix shows in that language, and then I'll put down like new vocabulary in my Notion. Look at my Chinese page. I have like about 341 new phrases here. And then for Spanish, I have about like 530. Now that you've heard all my tips, here are my next steps for you to practically implement them. First off, go into the comment section, see my pinned comment. I have some reflection questions that I want you guys to answer in the comment section. Secondly, go duplicate my Notion template for your self-learning plan and fill in what you want to self-study yourself. Your third next step is to go check out Sony LinkBuds S. Like I'm not kidding when they're the most comfortable, lightest earbuds I've ever used. And lastly, go watch my video on study tips that I use that help me get through the hardest classes. And yeah, I'll see you guys there on that video.